Hi, it's Nixa, camp counselor for the Harmonious Essentials Oils Camp. Hi, campers. I'd love to give some counsel today on using frankincense. There was a part 1 video, if you didn't see it, where I just talked about the oil a little bit and how I use it personally. Here I'm just going to suggest yet another do-it-yourself use of frankincense, and I'm going to do the salve today. So salve is an herbal concoction that's actually thick, so you have this thick salve that you can use topically on skin. I have some here that's made with cocoa butter, just so you can see that thickness. It's, this is a little bit green. This is shea butter that is a somewhat refined shea butter. Like, you can get shea butter that's got plant matter in it still, and it's like really brownish green. And this shea butter is kind of white. It's got a little bit of a tinge of yellow or something, but it's kind of white. And this is my favorite. I love using shea butter and cocoa butter. So, when you touch it on your hands, it'll melt and get warmer with your body heat and go into perhaps cuts or abrasions or something like that topically on the skin. That's what you use salves for. And with frankincense, I'm going to actually suggest, and I'm rubbing that into my fingernails now, because I have found a beautiful salve for use with really dry skin, like the cuticles around the feet, around the heels where it gets hard. And I use frankincense in in the 15 ml pure form, as well as both vetiver and myrrh. So vetiver and myrrh vetiver is from roots of a Haitian grass. Ours is from Haiti. And myrrh is actually another resin. So just like the frankincense tree is bled of this resin, it dries up into these little beautiful tears, and then the resin is distilled for the oil. So I use these three because they're deeply, helpful for skin, especially. The frankincense, that's like one of its number one uses, anti-inflammatory, anti-carcinogenic. It's a golden light and spiritual oil. And the myrrh was used by Egyptians to mummify, their kings and whatnot. And so it's a preservative, and it's actually helping your skin. So these are all what I put in the salve. So you get some fresh shea butter or cocoa butter from the health food store. Get good organic stuff. And you have to double boil it. You don't want to heat it very much at all, but to get the oil spread throughout your entire container, you can, you purchase these online, and to get it spread out through it really well, you should heat it slightly. You don't want to hurt the oil. It's like burning the oil or, heating it too high is just going to kill the potency of it. So it'll be a nice salve for moisture, but it might not have the same potency. So this is a double boiler that I use because as an herbalist, I want to use glass or porcelain to further not, so it's just like a pot on top of a pot. You can use a Pyrex bowl in some water, so the water's underneath, the flame is not touching the shea butter. The shea butter's in here. It's kind of big. Some tools that you use to make chocolate or something like that if you're that kind of cook. And this is another one that just hangs over the pot. And, you can heat it a little bit in there, but it's not going to have a hot flame on it. Just enough to get this shea butter soft enough so that you can get a wooden, again, this, I don't recommend this either. The metal can actually change the property. So as best as you can, glass. A Pyrex bowl over water is fine. And then I stir with wooden tools as well, not to get the metal involved in whatever that activity is. And then you just get the however many drops you can put in a little. This is a 2 ounce. You can use anything you want. You can test it with it, but I would put like between 10 and 40 drops in here. Of the 3, blend it, you know. You can put a little lavender in there if you want the scent to be less like woody and balsamic and more floral. You know, you can make your own, but these are beautiful gifts too for the fam. You know, you want somebody's feet to be nice and soft, you know. And this will make your fingernails like beautifully shiny and healthy and heal the cuticles. Again, especially we're going into winter right now here where I am in New York, but there's like you know, you get dry, all the heat in the house, and so it's so nice. It's so beautiful. I hope you make these salves and give out some to your loved ones so they can be soft to the touch as well. And salves are awesome things to empower yourself in your own home for first aid, as well as like beauty rituals and healing. So these are that's a way to make a salve. And then you know, when it's warm, you can get it into its new little pot, seal it up, and you know, let it cool off first before you close it, so the steam doesn't get water in there. You know, the heat. So just let it cool off. When it's cool, seal it up, and you have a salve that'll last a long time. But you'll probably use it before it's finished. Thank you so much for listening, and let me know if you have any comments or questions about making a salve with frankincense.